Guys, we just got a new monster announced in Summoner's War. The teaser just dropped roughly 2 hours ago. I apologize. I know I'm late to the party. I apologize for not getting this video out sooner. There were some complications. There was nothing I could do about it. I couldn't get the video out to you sooner, but it did drop. Like, the teaser did actually drop like 2 hours ago. So we're going to take a look at it. We're going to see what we think about it. And then we're going to have a little discussion on... Not rant, Bagel, not rant. But let's take a look at the teaser first before we not rant. I'm gonna rant, aren't I? I already know I'm gonna rant. Okay, let's take a look at the teaser. He's like some kind of cyberpunk Net 5 guy. Actually, we see a little bit of the... I'm trying to take a look at the stuff on the side. Look, looks like some missiles and some weapons and stuff like that. So let's see all this magical stuff here. I mean, not magical because it's like a cyberpunk dude. So this is a new, definitely appreciate that this unit, let's go take a look at the actual unit. Definitely appreciate the fact that he matches my entire theme of like this channel, and the other one's like all like cyberpunk and pink and blue, and like, look at the screen. It looks like I made this up, doesn't it? It looks like yeah, let me make this look like a cool unit that I like. So they're definitely appealing to me, aren't they? They're like, Bagel, we don't give a damn if we appeal to you. We want to appeal to everyone else. We don't care what you think, as usual. But this is like, I'm totally into, if you guys couldn't already tell from some things here and there over the past couple of years, I love this cyberpunk style. I love this like cyberpunk style pink and blue like 80s kind of thing. Very cool unit. I have no problem at all with the art style, the vision of what kind of cool unit this is. I'm sure he's gonna have some cool animations. I'm sure he's gonna have some cool attacks. I'm sure he's gonna have some cool everything. My issues here's the rant. So well, actually, let's before we get into the rant, as far as the unit, I feel like the unit... I feel like this is probably going to be a Nat 5. We see the trailers lately. They like the mage thing was for a Nat 5. A lot of the trailers are for Nat 5s. Also, something that I noticed is like these little... Anytime there's a unit that has like a little buddy with it, it tends to be a Nat 5. Like we think about like the Pioneers and the Umyujis and... There's other ones. Comptos even had a little post, like social media post that they put, and they were showing like all the different like little buddy friends that the Nat 5s had, that they like you summon them and then they have these little buddy friends with them. Redundant. Yeah, that's definitely redundant. But anyway, I think this is gonna be a Nat 5. I also feel it really looks like a DPS unit. It really looks like a damage dealer, like an aggressive attack type unit, just based on the fact that it's like. If it was a healer unit, you'd be like, oh, it's like, would just have a different vibe to it, right? It'd be like, oh, it's a healer. He looks like he's got a cannon on his shoulder. So I'm guessing that this is an attack type unit. It's got this little droid thing with him. It really looks like this is going to be an attack type unit. I wonder if he's going to have, a lot of times they have new skills. We've already mentioned this in like the last one, when we took a look at new units. A lot of them have new skills. Sometimes they have new buffs or debuffs. I feel like he's just going to be like some kind of... Usually the attack type units are fun to use. Not always, but usually the attack type units are more fun to use than the support type units or the tank type units. So I feel like he could be potentially a fun thing to use. However, before you get crazy spending all your money trying to get these new units before they even come out, yes, they definitely look very cool. I'm definitely a fan of the character style. More so than... Well, I liked all our character styles, really, in Summoner's War. Our team at Com2Us always does a fantastic job. They're hard carrying the rest of the game. All of us are like, we're tired of the RNG, we're tired of the violent procs, we're tired of the esports, #esports. We appreciate the art team, though. I feel like a lot of us appreciate the art team, and that's one of the main reasons we started getting excited about this game. That's actually the reason that I got into the game as well. But that's besides the point. Art style, fantastic. Character visually looks 10 out of 10. Super cool. I would probably, like, if the skills are cool, he'd probably be one of my favorite units. As far as spending $1 billion to try to get him. Remember what happened. First off, we know the SP summons are going to come back. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but Update 7 is coming. So I don't know if this is going to be a unit that's in Update 7 or come out before Update 7. There was some information saying that, like, or there was some buzz and some rumors saying that new units were coming with Update 7. And we know that Update 7 is coming after SWC. So this could be like an update, the unit that we see coming at the same time as Update 7. Maybe he comes out a little bit before. I don't know. We'll see. But the thing is, I know we're all excited about, like, oh, well, some of us are excited about spending money on trying to get new units. Some of us are like, no, free to play. Some of us are like, no, not playing Summoners or even more. But before we start getting all excited about that, we know that SP summons are going to come back, because anytime there's a new unit nowadays, the SP summons come back. Remember that these SP summons, first off, how many of you are actually getting them very easily when you're doing the SP summons? We've done all these summon videos. It's very rare, even with the SP summon button, it's very rare to actually get these new Nat 5s in any way. Like, how many of you already got, like, all the mages and all the Onmyujis? All the new Nat 5s, right? How many of you actually got those? Like, maybe a couple of you got a couple here and there, right? Couple of you got a couple here and there. How many of you that actually got them and actually got to experience them, including like the LD ones, how many of you like actually had game-changing experiences where like these new units changed the game for you, made everything better, made everything super OP, like super, you went from Fighter 1 to G3, not even that, you went from like, did you even go from C1 to C3? How? Let me lower expectations. Did you take the Wind Onmyuji and the Water Mage and the Wind Mage and the Fire Mage into RTA, and you were like, wow, went from C1 to C3? No, you like take those units in. If you take all the mages and all the Onmyujis into RTA and nothing else, you drop rank. It's probably what would happen. The Wind Onmyuji, you really don't. I mean, she's more useful than she used to be. Not like a super meta unit. The Light and Dark Onmyujis, even if you're lucky enough to get those Light and Dark Onmyujis, not super meta. They're good for here or there, like niche units. Fire Onmyuji, I think Fire Onmyuji is actually a little bit better than she gets credit for. There's really not too many people using the Fire Onmyuji, but I think she does have her uses. Water Onmyuji is the one that actually gets used the most. And that's not even like super like top tier crazy pick. It's like usable. It's like a usable pick. We take a look at the mages. The Wind Mage is basically nowhere. These are a lot of people consider these, like the Wind Mage and the Wind Onmyuji, like some of the worst Nat 5s in the game. And these are the new units, like newer units that people were spending money, SP summons, buying packs to try to summon these units. Like these, and I don't know that necessarily these like Cyberpunk dudes are going to be good or bad. They could be very good. I mean, sometimes like Beast Riders and Art Masters and stuff like that, sometimes these units actually wind up being pretty good. We don't know. But just keep in mind that, first off, you don't know if you can it's just very challenging to actually get these units. There's no pity system. SP summons are basically garbage, because you just might not ever get them. And then second off, if you wind up spending to actually get something, it may not even be good. Like you may get it and then stick it in storage. Because like think about a lot of times you got hyped up for some new units previously, and then you get it and then you don't use it, and then it just winds up being in storage. I know that you guys, as much as you want to disagree with me, I know that you guys have had this experience before. So just like, yeah, definitely save scrolls to try to get them would be cool. Any new unit is fun if it's free. Any new unit is fun, but don't go crazy spending $1 billion. I obviously exaggerate when I say $1 billion, but Kanto's already made over $1 billion with Summoner's War anyway. So don't go crazy spending $1 billion like you already did on like you guys already did collectively on new units. Treat yourself, like if you're gonna spend the money, if you're enticed to spend the money and you're like, it's sitting there burning a hole in my pocket, there's new consoles. Get a new PlayStation console, get a new iPad, get a new computer. Like these things, Or you could get a unit that may or may not be good in a mobile gacha game. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying don't treat yourself. I'm saying treat yourself to something that like you know that you will use and actually enjoy and won't be buffed or nerfed. Also, and I'm taking some. I'm like assuming that these are going to be nat fives. I really think that these are going to be nat fives. But remember that even some of the good units that came out, like the twins and the Kaki and things like that, like if they're too good, they get nerfed. So even if a unit does come out and it's super good, keep in mind that it may get nerfed at some point soon. So don't get too super excited. Hold off. Save summons, definitely save summons, but hold off. See after the units come out. I'll play around with them. I'm sure Sean will play around with them. I'm sure Childish. I'm sure Ace. I'm sure Xenial. I'm sure everyone's going to be playing around with them. There's going to be plenty of different places to even go take a look at these units to see if they're good or not. Or whoever, so many other content creators. I feel like anytime I don't mention you guys' favorites, you're like, Bagel, you didn't mention my favorite. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm a stupid person and I can't think of names, okay? So I had a hard time already thinking of those names. But anyway, just calm down with the spending. If they're super amazing, even if they're super amazing, still, it's very expensive to have a small chance to get something, is what I'm saying. Even with the SB summons, because we know the SB summons is just BS, 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 BS. It's just a tiny extra chance to get it. It's not like it's not a pity system. It's not anything. There's pity systems in these other games. There's not Summoner's War is not a pity system. We know that, but sometimes we have to get reminded because sometimes we just we don't remember. We're like, oh, I'll definitely get it. My RNG's been good lately. There's no pity system, and your RNG is not that good. I mean, it could be good, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be absolute dog crap tomorrow. Anyway, that's it for this one. I already ranted way too much. I said I would allow myself a little rant at the end. It's already way too much of a rant, but yeah, sometimes, you know, I got to be the voice of reason. And I know a lot of you got to not listen anyway, but anyway, that's it for this one. New units, very cool. They look very cool. We'll see how they actually are. They could be very, very good too, but I just want to, like, stop you guys from spending $5 billion, especially some of you that you don't have, that you're like, I have credit cards. Like, calm. Be calm. Be calm. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you as always in the next one.